Hey, welcome to this week's AgostoAllElite Podcast from this Saturday morning. Let's start with this week's Dynamite. This week's Dynamite opened with Wardlow coming into the ring to address Christian Cage and his recent challenge for the TNT Championship. It took him almost no time at all for the veteran to emerge with Luchasaurus' side. Wardlow dared to spin his face. Like he said, Cage almost did it. Boy Daddy grabbed him by the throat. Luchasaurus fought fighting, but the veteran heel hit a low blow to take the champion down off his feet. Cage had Luchasaurus get a ladder from him so he could hit Wardlow in the face. The dinosaur then chokeslammed him onto the ladder and bent in half. So Cage finished him out with a kill switch on the ladder to end the segment. So yeah, it was a weird segment with War Daddy, Christian Cage, and Young Luchasaurus. So yeah, it's a weird segment. So okay, next we have Darby Allin, Cassidy versus Big Bill and Lee Moriarty. The International Champion, Moriarty, started off quick with a quick exchange. Tagastone went off the offense. They traded several near falls until stalemate. Bill Allen tagged in. The powerhouse whipped Allen around the ring. The risk taker lived up to his nickname by slapping Bill in the face. He also hit a double superstar to both opponents. Same time, he got a big pop from the crowd. We returned to see Cassidy take a lot of punishment. He avoided both opponents. Managed to get a big tag off Allen to kick off pace silent sequence. Cassidy Allen combined stunt down millionaire Code Red, take out Big Bill. This led him free to hit big bridge break. Coffin drop Moriarty. Allen sent JF a message by winning with a side headlock takeover. So Orange Cassidy and Darby Allin win this match. So yeah, there's more to the story. The story will continue on. Alright. So yeah. Alright, now we go straight to Sammy Guevara versus Exodus Prime. Guevara defeated Prime in less than a minute to send an AEW World Champion message. So Guevara won. Then Guevara grabbed the mic and started talking about working indies in Texas back in the day and how I led to it. Talked to where I led here now. Then we saw the BCC shown attacking the Bucks backstage. We also saw Wardlow challenge Christian to a ladder match for the title. Basically, like Arn motivated Wardlow to challenge Christian for the title in a ladder match. So there's more. They're going to be a lot bigger. Something's going to happen in that ladder match. So that's what it is. Guevara won the match. We had the BCC attacked the Bucks. Wardlow challenged Christian in a ladder match for the title. So be God, whatever. So let's go straight to, okay. We got the Outcast versus Britt Baker, Hikaru Shida. Due to Hater's injury, the scheduled trios match turned to standard tag team match bout. Surreal's at ringside while Tori Star, Ruby Roy, Soho represent the Outcast against Britt Baker, Hikaru Shida. Shida Baker managed to turn things around. Storm Soho trying to get an early advantage by attacking them before the bell. Both teams are fighting hard, so there's a lot of strikes. So when the numerous movers pulled Baker onto the apron, so Storm can hit a hip attack where Frey was trapped there way too long. We return from the break to see Storm and Baker down the mat. She got the hot tag, took it to both opponents. So we took out all the three where it cost by the ring to the floor. The foreign women's champ scored 2 count with a running knee and another Falcon Arrow. Storm broke up a pin, but Baker shot up so she could hit a DDT on Solomon minutes later. Storm hit Spray Baker in the face with a green hair dye, pinning her with a Storm Zero. The winner, Outcast. So there's more to the story. I hope the women's storyline finishes up quick. This is not a good story, but it's why we're here. It's what it is. So we talk about Briscoe can't keep the peace. There was supposed to be like an interview with Jay Lethal and Jeff Jarrett, but FTR show up immediately started fighting their future challengers. We saw the debut of Karen Jarrett, show him hitting Cash with a low blow. Double J hit Dash with a stroke. Sanderson hit both men chokeslams at the same time. We had Lethal, Double J struck each other with guitars and had their names on them to end the fight. Like each man with a guitar to end the segment. This was a weird segment. The women's segment was okay, but story had the women's end. After the segment with Jared Briscoe, Mike Jarrett, and the FTR, Jay Lethal, Karen Jarrett's debut. It was actually good. This was a good mid-card tag team feud. I want to see more. We need more tag team mid-card feuds like this. We need more like this. I'm entertaining, you know. So yeah, Now we go to the Falls Count Anywhere match. Okay, Jericho versus Roderick Strong. All right. The match was a Falls Count Anywhere. The JS was banned from ringside. Strong kneeling way out the Jericho, so the ref called for the belt. Strong almost took out Aubrey by mistake when he ran into the ropes. He traded chops, so Strong hit a drum kick following a back break for a 2 count. So Strong unloaded on Jericho's chest when he was beat red, nearly bleeding, but the veteran got Strong on the walls. Jericho forced to get through when he reached the bottom rope. They fought into a crowd during the break. Strong picked up and dropped him on the railing a couple of times. He also pinned Jericho on the steps and kept climbing higher and higher. They began to fight in the course area and dozens of fans watch on. They fought in the stairwell, balanced on an elevated position. The stars has chopped listlessly. So Jericho took a kick to the face, but repaid Strong by throwing the trash can at him. In the front of the arena where Anna Cole's waiting inside Jericho. It was all legal sister in an arena. And after both men hit Jericho with the knees to the head, like Adam Cole was there. So Strong pinned Jericho in the dirt. So Roderick Strong won the Falls Count Anywhere. This was a pretty good match. It elevated the story with Adam Cole and Jericho. So I want to see more like this going forward with Jericho and Adam Cole. I hope we can see more of this soon. Now we go to, Rush versus Jack Perry. See, Rush, Jack Perry. All right, Vince, Jorge, I don't know, like Preston Vance, just say whatever his name is, accompanied Rush in the ring after his match against the Jungle Boy. El Toro Blanco took control immediately and ran Perry into 4 barricades. Jungle Boy was bleeding with a couple of minutes. She kept running him into the barricades. Almost through the entire match, Rush was aggressive. He was beating Jungle Boy. Chance he get. The AEW pillar was just taking his time. Every time he tried to fire back, Rush, he had no impact. Somehow, Harry has locked in the snare trap. But Rush made it to the bottom rope somehow to force a break. They started trading strikes on the apron, leading to Perry being thrown in a row to the floor for a brutal bump. Whatever. Okay, the ref tried to pull Rush out of the Jungle off of Jungle Boy. Rush pushing him away. This on Jungle Boy to roll him up for the win. Jungle Boy wins. Vance and Jose helped Rush attack him until Allen ran to the ring. Vance took him out too. It was Guevara showed up in the tie and back in Allen Perry's favorite, the B pillars and LFI throughout the ring. So yeah, this was a great matchup with Jungle Boy and Rush. This was good for this 4 pillars match. The Double or Nothing, that's next Sunday. I don't know what will be like, so let's just hope for it. Okay. Alright. Let's go. Now, next match. Wait, let me look. Ricky Starks. The main event is Ricky Starks versus Jay White. The first part. Well, White rolled out the win to avoid Starks after the bell. Did it again. She looked Starks going to hit him. Juice Robinson was at ringside, so he occasionally make him present felt with a distraction. White to take control, hit his stung on for the 2 count. Salute began to make a comeback when he returned from the break. He hit a belly-to-belly suplex followed by a DDT for near fall. White regaining the upper hand, hit a wrangle for a 2 count. Starks playing a White with a modified Michigori driver, switched for a kick on the last second. Starks cut him in half with a spear, but White gouged his eyes. Starks fought on Juice, stole his chair, but ended up getting himself disqualified when he hit White with it. Winner, Jay White. Jay White won by just DQ. Starks did not seem pleased about the loss and tossed them from the chair. So that was that. It does affect Starks, but the match gonna going straight to Double or Nothing. So yeah. Yeah, it's going to be Double or Nothing. Yeah. All right, we're going to the second part of the main event. The the Why Don Callis Why segment. So basically, here's the second part of the main event. Okay, Don Callis came out to close the show with an interview talking about why he turned Kenny Omega. He came to Vic about all this. We got Omega, his music came out. So we may not hear it for a while. It has something to do with Ospreay, honestly. So yeah, but again, Omega's music hit. He came out. There was a lot of security guys between us. So Omega beat up security. Then BC attacked Omega, took him out on the ramp for John Callis in the ring. I don't know how the Callis after that. Callis after that. So Moxley said the BC sees the real Elite before Bucks show up with their some weapons. Where they could, they head to the ring. Hangman and Paige Jordan wearing an eye patch. The Elite stormed the ring, took out the BCC. The show ended with Hangman declaring the heart and soul of AEW. This was a good episode of Dynamite. It had what you need. A great way. So, yeah. So, yeah, it was a great way there. Dynamite, honestly, it was a good way for Dynamite, This was a good Dynamite. And, I'm going to check the grading one more time, okay? It was a great segment, everything you need. So, here's what I think of the whole episode right now. There was something about this week from the moment Tony Khan went up, like Warlow promo segments kicked things off. So, there was also the remnants of the Cassidy and Tati that followed. The other stuff in matches segments, the 2-hour window, and the other show closing segment did not help. Also, did not help matters. So, perhaps with the announcement of Collision earlier in the day, Khan was busier than usual, result of the show being less focused than usual. But whatever Wednesday broadcast was, it did not feel like appealing to an episode of Dynamite. The staple event in Dumbbell Nothingness. But kudos to Breaker. She does show for a fun tag match. Mariah for maximizing his minutes, and Cassidy being AEW's MVP 2023. We got the camera behind the super cool visual Cole appearing behind Jericho versus during the Falls Count Anywhere match. So, yeah, this was a pretty good Dynamite. That's what I gotta say. So, yeah, this was a good Dynamite. I'm gonna review ROH. Alright, here for ROH now. Let's get to ROH. Let's start with Ray Phoenix versus Gringo Loco. The first night of the match was high flyer, one half of the ROH tag belts. Ray Phoenix taking on Gringo Loco. They both deserved the Kono honor. Used the opportunity to take the first shot at the opponent. Loco did. That kickstarted a fast-paced exchange. While they didn't necessarily break a bunch of rules, Loco did fell into a heel right away. The crowd got behind Phoenix and started to chant. Bit little momentum. Started to show Mitch like always risking on the hand. Got crowd so right away on the hand. It's gonna be hard for anyone to top it. You could blame Loco and Phoenix for doing what they do best. Hard to the show. The latter scored the win, but the former opponent had an impressive performance. His Loco isn't signed to a deal. It'd be shocked he wasn't offered one soon. Winner Ray Phoenix. There were moments we saw Ninja Mac. So here's a backstage. We had Mac and Willie Mac for the tag team backstage segment. Match was good, so hopefully they're chemistry partners too. Phoenix's triple screen ball hurricane was nuts. Loco's Greer is somebody has probably made a a good version of him in the newest WWE game right now. Phoenix does make quick moves that Super Broadcast will see out two potential for him. Expect him to see this time flips spin with every move. Next is Marin Radowski versus Willow Nightingale. The women's division highlighted the second match tonight. Willow Nightingale will take on Marin Radowski. Radowski has some infants. The outcome of the match was never in question. Nightingale picked up win with her signature powerbomb. That was a third-sided. It made Willow look like a dangerous competitor. Willow Nightingale winner. Great to see the win. Yeah. The pattern of Radowski's gear was so simple. Kind of looked like magic eye paper through a club. Villain panels may be the rest of the business center opponents flying. And the Wingmen versus Iron Savages. Country Club in the ring with someone Giant Justin. I don't know. Babies in that. Still the tag. And done. Iron. This was a quick win, but some fun moments sprinkled throughout. Iron Savages can be a great tag. Imagine invest some time into them. basically. Alright, just one. Had a good drop kick, must have been in his DNA. He and Ziggler hit almost exactly the same way. Boulder, double flapjack was good, but his movesault was even better. Spot where Boulder kept kicking out by pushing out blood. Air Pele was fun. Gold Carter, Zach Clayton versus Daniels and Matt Sydal. For our champions, we're back in Satchel and Daniels and Matt Sydal take on Gold Carter and Zach Clayton. Sydal is a veteran of the business. He saw as much as speed and agility as the younger opponents. They may not know where he had a chance to hit 5 flying. So you can see chemistry of Sydal and Daniels apart for years, but Carter and Clayton didn't lay down for them. Competitive fight between two teams that was on gas, pedal and never let up. Daniel Sydal picking up the win. Daniel Sydal won. So yeah, the Orange announcers did such a great job treating Daniels like a big deal. Every match with Sydal is just a long highlight reel, trying to pick up eventual spots, highlight possibilities. Everything the 4-year-old does is impressive. So yeah. Next is Lady Frost versus Miranda Eliza. Lady Frost was worried about being the code of honor, more concerned putting Miranda Eliza in headlock outside the match. Eliza to take control, curl for a bit, where Frost right back, scored a quick win on the court screw moonsault. Eliza slapped her hand away and offered the code of honor. Women getting much here, but maintaining. It's so straight that RH featured multiple women's match every week, but the competitors need a little more time. Lady Frost won. So the running boot, Eliza hit corner looked nasty, but the best possible way. Nice step back, real the corner from a fine fashion. Who dare say? Main covered. Her cartwheel to pick on an opponent. Her back is wild. Angelica said, who versus Berger and Eli Islam. These Berger and Eli Islam declined the ranks of our tag team division this week. Jaguars back. Luther supports bad announces Project Control CBD. Inferring Luther said that was the win. The corner of the Bay, but I saw CB did not look happy. This is one of the matches that had the potential to be very good, but was hampered by not having enough time. Winner Angelica's Pentacle. Cheeseburger gear was great. Whoever designed went all out. Angelica's knee brace with design to match his titles and hard notice he even had on. So yeah, Zack Sabre Jr. versus AR Fox, the New Japan TV champions on the line with Zack Sabre Jr. defending the belt against AR Fox. So stated the winner would take up the title to New Japan domain. June 4th, it was a battle between one of the best technical wrestlers on the planet, one of the best high flyers. So guys were trying to make one other fight to style the match. Sabre worked on ground. Grounding Fox compares his aerial skills, and Fox tried to take the skies where possible. His styles are different. Both men are versatile enough to make each other look good. We had two performers of a caliber, even when you look good. It's one of the matches where you need to take time to watch for yourself. After a competitive bout, Fox was forced to tap out to give Sabre the victory. Winner Zack Sabre Jr. Moments. There are probably U.S. fans who haven't seen Sabre since WWE Cruiserweight Classic. Skinny Kid we all saw it years ago. Most of the New Japan titles look good, but TV bells are a rare exception. The rectangle shape doesn't look right. A lot of wrestlers can do moves. We saw the match, but made Fox ever special how they proceed are in execution. We got Gates of Agony versus The Boy and Dalton Castle. Well, only one of the boys were Dalton Castle sideways week, and they took on Bish Khan. Sean Khan and Toy Leon, as usual. Prince Liana was there with clients. Tensions were high. They shook hands. Castle was going to start the match, but the healthy boy Brandon Tate wanted to take on Khan instead. This was probably a mistake as Leon and Khan proceeded to dominate Taunt with their strength and size. The boys spent too much time being decimated. Castle tried to make a difference in the end. The Gates of Agony scored the victory. This was a scolded match, a good exhibition of the ROH Tag Team Division, pointing out that Tate might not have been the legal man, but he was the one that took the pin. So the Gates of Agony won. Reaching a better mic is cancer. We can hear what Castle is saying during his entrance a bit better. Castle has 5 additional boys coming to the ring. Company to the ring is stable, expanding. Time to tell is a good thing or not. Castle only one wing a tribute to Brent Tate was a nice touch. We got the workhorse Taylor versus Chef Gibson and Merle Pearl plus Martinez versus D'Ambos. Shuff, Rib Gibson, Pearl made their debut trio against J.E. Drake and the Henry Shane Taylor. This was pretty nice squash match, but it was pretty close. Haley and the Workhorsemen particularly scored the win, so they won. Alright, the next one, third women's match. Now you saw Mercy turn to Ring of Honor, take on some impressive realities. Both the belts respect both women focused on less than 9 each other's head. Changes to Martinez. Kick to the face. This one too long. Managed to pick 2 minutes and give him off and good at several times when it comes to finish. Martinez was scoring a victory with a brutal direct sleeper. Mercedes Martinez winner. So yeah, here are the moments. Our Shane Taylor promotional thing always work with a Workhorseman. Martinez is more ethically intimidating. She has such unique presence to her. Maybe Martinez can teach Dong and Sarah how to hit the 3 Migos the right way. Now we go to the main event. The Kingdom versus Darby Mars and Andrade in a no disqualification match. The fight without honor took place. So on China, John, they distracted Taven Mac Bender's entrance, so Martin can get attacked behind, upper hand right away. No rules, limitations, pure chaos from start to finish. They didn't wait long to start using weapons, trash can, chairs, and ladder. Most of the match, moving spots, but there was some of a larger error that happened. Sun managed to build clunky the place, so it's a nice flow. This is why that bounce around about like this. While Kingman has the edge experience, Andrade Martin had facts bad fast with too much to overcome. Martin Bennett after hit the doomsday off the ladder. This was a great main event and a decent episode of ROH. Andrade, Darth Martin won. Mars moments and stuff. Good thing announced Smith and Andreas carried a copper pipe with like a broomstick. The way Taven threw himself in the ring when he missed Martin looked hilarious. Maria Kanellis Bennett narrowly avoided disaster when she moved out of the way where ladder. She was unlucky when her husband accidentally knocked the lights out. The way Martin fell out the ladder looked painful. Tavian's spin kicked and Dre looked stiff. And that was pretty much ROH. I'll now review Rampage now. Yeah, I'll review Rampage. Alright, let's do Rampage. Now we go to Rampage. This week's Rampage was an early episode through the NHL and TNT, so many people see some action for a sudden end down. So basically, the Mogul Embassy continues feud with Naturally Limitless when Bishop Khan took on Dustin Rhodes. We also claimed that he had Billy Gunn, the varsity athletes, Jay Cargill was in action, and much more. Let's look what went down on Friday night show this week. Third edition, the BCC versus the Best Amigos. Moxley, Bandito kicked things off in this trios match between BCC and Best Amigos. Trent Barrett and Willie Yuta. Taggart had a standoff for a gauge in a fist fight. Chuck Taylor helped Beretta take control, but when the fight spilled out the ring, Yuta hit a chop block to take control. The BCC began to dominate in the match and was the commercial. Beretta took a lot of punishment for he made a hot tap to Fresh Bandito. A high fight did what he does best, and put an epic display, revival the best of the drugs of AEW Ray promotion. Everything he does is so smooth, it makes it incredibly entertaining because you never quite know what he'll do next. The BCC won. It's predictable. But didn't take away how enjoyable it is to watch. All 6 guys had their own moments throughout the show, the match. Blackpool Combat Club 1. Noble Mo's observation. They should revisit the feud between Best Friends and Yuta. We never got closure on that. Well, you can see that Taylor they got nothing to help Cassandra up for the suplex with pure power for Superman. Get him up. Moxley seemed to have more comfortable as a heel. He acted like a babyface. One, so it was a good fit. A triple dive from Best Friends and Bandito was fun. We got Jay Cargill's open challenge Jade Cargill opened a challenge for TS Champ this week. Her opponent was a young woman named Danny B. The champ easily destroyed her opponent. Mark Sterling brought on another challenger for a title. The second challenger was named Genesis. Chris Jericho told a story of how she became strong to become a pro wrestler. And Jade took her apart and defeated her for a second win on the night. A third opponent came out, but Ty Becca took her out and made her way to the ring. She hit Jade with a Road Valhalla and grabbed the mic to talk the champ. There's not much to say about this. Jade picked up 2 easy wins to set up her next big match. None of this was particularly entertaining, but served the purpose. Winner Jade Cargill. So, like, one notable thing, like, we didn't hear the name of the competitor. Taya took her out. We got the Clay Daddy Ass versus AgostoAllElite. Bowens, Caster, Bully Gunn took on Devard, Nice, and Woods in the third match of the night. Diaz did most of the heavy lifting for the team. For sure went to commercial. Woods, Devard, Nice took control during the break. Caster made a top tag for Bowens during the turn. In my book, this was a basic trios match. AEW found its banner with bouts like these, so most of them same basic outline. The babyfaces start out hot. The heels get the upper hand. Then the babyfaces rally. The only thing that ever changes when the team gets the win in the end. This time, they claimed that ass were the ones with their heads raised at the end of the match. Thanks to the mic drop from Caster. Winner, the acclaimed Daddy Ass. Here's some moments of observation. It's so weird how Gunn doesn't look that big until you see him next to somebody that's largely as much purple. It's like an optical illusion. Varsity athletes are booked so differently with ROH, which is odd because there's the same guy running both companies. We go to the main event. Bishop Khan versus Dusty Rhodes. First, we saw Ethan Page Ass Boys attack Cassidy and the Hardys. We saw Bishop Khan took on Dusty Rhodes in the main event of the night. Prince not out there with Khan, but Keith Lee choosing not to accompany Dustin in the ring after a natural step to the ropes. Khan outside him. The ROH 6-man tag chat maintained dominance for some time. Rhodes was busted right open and collided with the camera, so the blood could be seen on the ring mat. The competitors were in turn for break. This was a solid singles match from a veteran and a rising star. Khan looked good, did a great job selling Rhodes' big moves, and after the natural score to win, Brian Cage swerved Strickland, tapped him from behind. This brought Lee to save. As he had a little bit of success, Lee fell full after taking a chair shot to the back. The show would end with the mogul embassy standing tall. Dustin Rhodes won. Khan looked like more an action figure anyone on AEW. His physique is so defined, he looks so fake. We also saw a segment with Jericho challenging Adam Cole for the unsanctioned match at Nothing. He also ripped up the illegal agreement that kept Cole out of the arena. My paper fell off. Wait, is there now? The agreement that kept Cole out of the building. Cole came through the round and falls on stage. So it's weird we don't get the pre-match interview with Mark Henry. It's cool. He'll get to say his line. Rose was thrown in the corner in the camera and seemed like a pack. But it's hard to tell sometimes. So yeah, that was ROH. And so that was that was Rampage. So yeah, now we go to the wrestling news. Alright. Right here the wrestling news. Bray Wyatt reportedly asking WWE's internalists. Let's start with that. Bray's been absent from WWE television since late February due to unclosed physical issue. Since the result of planned bout between him and Lashley at WrestleMania scrapped. We asked the PW Insider have right about 11 Anderson revealing his writing. Current Wyatt were listed as being part of WWE internal roster in fashion. Bray Wyatt is not currently listed as fraternally confirmed due to his absence. Wyatt's current agent has remained unselected following the most recent draft. Following his news, future with the company apparently ups in the air. This is making his return in Extreme Rules on October 8th. Last year, Wyatt's only competed one bout across WWE and Premier Live events, defeating LA Knight in a pitch black match in January. So yeah, it was basically more Bray Wyatt not being here that much. So we don't know what's happening. So Bray is being Bray. AAA, this is the news about AAA reporting that last week's SmackDown taping. Bruce had the taping last week. Since Vince's controversial retirement July last year, Levesky has overseen WWE's career process, which for most part was a relatively chain turn audience reception at company's weekly park. However, January rolled around. The first memories of Vince's return to the company appear ever since the fiscal sale. The company may have wondered where Triple H was self-control over creative beside the manager's offense. Triple H remained the main person behind WWE Crane, although W Insider reporting that Levesky was absent last week's match, with Bruce being pictures in his place. Not knowing why Bruce was absent. Paul Levesque was in the SmackDown last week. Whose picture head up taping. We are not sure why, so it remains to see whether it was a one-time occurrence where Triple H would more permanent step back, move forward. So we don't know. Is Vince's back creative? Is Triple H is being forced to step back? So we don't know. It's the news. It could be anything. AEW talent reporter expected hard brand split with regards to the addition of AEW Collision this summer. It appears WWE introduced a firm brand split between Dynamite on Wednesdays and Collision on Saturdays. For a while, it's been reported only wrestling and its weekly schedule this spoon, with the exception of the AEW Collision. Initially rumored to be a new Saturday show will play host of returning Young Punk. Collision will be a total company. The Chicago-born star waited for the Elite, which has physical indication of falling all out on December 4th. Or believe that AEW talent were split anyway. It will rotate between Saturday, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. Our new update from AgostoAllElite, it's been revealed that allocation for AEW performance crew member between Dynamite and Collision will be much more rigid than first thought. The report alludes to the fact that the company feels that some members of the roster will benefit more TV time. This is why prevent interesting, though it seems that old Hulu championship may not could be tied down to one show. We're told talent are expecting a hard brand split with the exception of many AEW championships. So the report isn't confirmed that the company plans on sending two rosters. However, we'll seal this to fans. May move soon. The draft will be in order. It's no way official yet. We have a lot to learn how exactly the split will be determined. If the draft will be the breakout plan this week is for brand split options. So it feels like it turns out how you'll be Saturday will look, feel, Bible so. It will be sorry as we push a collision. WWE main rival for 8 years. Those were spoken that look like some WWE new drove films, early graphics tied to Collision. As for WWE planning on group of filming their weekly shows, the report states that taping and Rampage will continue to be scheduled at Dynamite each Wednesday, while Collision will be filmed alongside production of Ring of Honor. AEW Collision like this start on June 7th. United Center, Chicago reporting that Davey show. I heard they're returning, feature return of CM Punk with title second coming. Yeah. Warner Bros. Discovery reported hopeful that CM Punk during Conrad Council break it out. You know that CM Punk only wrestling experience yet another bump in the road. Comeback. CM Punk will previously listed in the press release. Punk retention materials for any of you. Collision yesterday officially announced that Warner Bros. Discovery have friends in New York by materials on this week. On premiere Collision during 17, which is apparently scheduled to take place at the United Center in Chicago. Punk was expected to make an AEW comeback. It's revealed that CM Punk and AEW were odds. Ace Steel's probable comeback, which apparently being planned, so Ace Steel cannot physically at tapings, will have to work remotely. Meltzer recently Reserve News Radio confirmed he has been heard of issues between AEW and CM Punk regarding Ace Steel, but Warner Bros. Discovery has hopeful two sides build a reconcile. There were people thought this was the ultimate blow up, and people screwed Tony on Tony's big announcement, Tony's big day on Warner Bros. Discovery. From where Discovery, there's nobody on the AEW side talk about this at all. From this is Warner Bros. Discovery said they believe there is an attempt to work it out. So they will work it out and not a dead deal. It's not that CM's point issue something going to jeopardize Punk's comeback too much, but definitely been another bump in the road, it seems. Then it goes to something that is connected to this. AEW rehired Ace Steel months ago. So Punk's return to AEW Collision has been buzzed about pro wrestling circles for a week now. Punk hasn't announced as part of the show. Robert caught some AEW by surprise. In the wake of City Saint not being announced, speculation been circulated that were legitimate issues. World champion AEW, one of the issues in ACL's status of the company. Apparently, recent set that means in Jericho Punk. Jericho floated the idea of bringing Steel back to AEW field and means to ease tensions, get everyone back to work. Also, I confirmed that ACL was rehired by AEW some months ago, but not been actively working back to the area. Steel was terminated by the company at the locker room altercation while AEW allowed. Hired shortly after. Upon Steele's rehiring, he was told he would be working with Konami Khan or creator in some capacity, but his presence made upset some of the time. For some reason, has been working remotely for the company for the past few months. It was unstandard place when the AEW Collision debut. Steele will return to the road for AEW work. The right brand, however, due to the decision that Bray to bring Steele back on the road promotion, Punk learned shortly after that. There was communication between the lawyers and Punk was pulled from the Collision. Let's say Punk is still with AEW. It sounds like the motivated want to help company growth. Punk's relationship with Tony Khan also appeared on sounding foot. No issues between men and communication remain open. WWE Nick Khan that announces that WWE will be doing a live event in the end of September. Nick Khan announced that WWE will be running a live event in the end of September. In the common WWE one whole events, countries, times. Company usually do a live event tour Europe each year. We've seen them build bigger events across the continent. Ages of location. Pandemic. WWE return to India has been confirmed that CEO Nick Khan cleared in September. Event in September. Ladies and gentlemen, something interesting. Something holy social talent. So this is great. That'd be a good thing. You want to go to the Indian market? Let's go back to again. So this is WWE going back to India. So yeah, okay, good showcase. So yeah, all right. Drew McIntyre WWE return reportedly creative issue and reported WWE can freeze extend his contract. More has emerged with Drew McIntyre's status with WWE had negotiations on return. The company more creative than a contract decision. PW Insider reported Drew's contract ends for a year and that the parties are close to agreeing to a deal. On top of that, the former champion has appeared on television that came out of losing triple threat match with their contract. The absence only further rumors of departure. Now clarified since Drew McIntyre's contract could leave the company. Serpent News revealed that issues between WWE and Scotsman relate to creative process and an dispute over a deal. It's not like that. Drew will leave the company in the future. He's agreed to a new deal. At this point, McIntyre's return is basically more of a creative issue regarding what they want to agree to regarding Prince leaving. The time he's been out of contract, he used for his contract, WWE desires so WWE Pass has done that to numerous wrestlers expressed wanting to leave. It is noted that Tyler, the best of knowledge, are not asked to leave, but they have not agreed to a new deal. As of the writing, when 37-year-old will make his return to the TV hour exit from the company, and the company could continue to extend his contract for the period he remains away from weekly shows. So, yeah, mostly Drew McIntyre's not going away anytime soon, so it's a no. Alright, Ronda Rousey reportedly planning time off and the May call tag titles plans change. Rousey reported to take time out WrestleMania's main company to speed up plans for her. This past Monday's episode, Ronda Rousey and Ryan Baszler made their return, sack one half of their women's tag belts. Requires either win over Chelsea Green Glender, attempt to challenge for the goal when Morgan eventually returns from injury. So Dave Meltzer newsletter reported that WrestleMania during the last month, Rousey was going to take out time for the company this year. In case the company was to speed up the plans to put the women's titles on her, Baszler would have reached the plan's conclusion in the story. The women's tag titles have been cursed since Baszler Rousey was supposed to win them at Mania. The titles were one step and one longer. Rousey storyline. The time was an issue because Rousey planned to take time out at a certain time frame prior to WrestleMania. Was to end well before that would have to speed up the storyline. And Rousey didn't stand her stay because the original plan was to establish a team as champs for a while, then to do the actual storyline. that we're building to. So yeah, Bowser Baszler was originally planning to catch the tag belts prior to the last one, injury resulted in the pair being involved in four-way tag belt. But following this past one event, seems that the story is back on track. It remains to be seen how long company wide Rousey may able to ringside to take a break from the ring. Then we go to the last story. AEW Fight for a report said to be released June 27th. Now I know the release date for AEW Fight Forever, November 10, 2020. Game's 1 point event. Mega revealed that AEW Fight Forever, company's first console video game, was in the works. Since the fans have been treated just by teasers, the roster reveals, although the game release day and made a mystery. The for answer, Fresh Select report, AEW Fight Forever is said to be released on June 27. Firming a report from Maestro Game of Insider Gamer. Speculation, a few who tend to plan release dates. Like today, AEW Fight Forever release date scheduled for Maestro Accurate report recently heard that they were around New Japan from Midor show. Rifle has heard some said they were told late June release 227. All working on a plan for Yuke's title to be one off for concept update. Reports have revealed that AEW will hold rights to the engine, thus a future game is possible. Regarding the gameplay, so we spoke to Rifle, it plays it very smoothly with a stylistic resemblance No Mercy, but there's also no doubt limitations would create a wrestler feature, and there weren't plans for creation somewhere to that. Games that I heard last Fightful ended report revealed that official announcement September next week. As always, provide further updates on the AEW Fight For Us so we heard. So yeah. Fight Forever, like Fight Forever, like it's coming to June 27th. So yeah, this was the wrestling news. This is AgostoAllElite Podcast, and I'll see y'all next Saturday. And both points, since Rampage will be on a Saturday, I will not do Rampage. That'll be a little too late. I will just do for review for next week's episode. There'll be Dynamite, ROH, wrestling news, and a little pay-per-view review of. Oh yeah, Double or Nothing review. Don't forget the Double or Nothing review. Pay-per-view review will be on Monday, so I'll do that. I'll be uploaded on Monday, the Double or Nothing. The night after the pay-per-view was on the year right now. So, see you later. And this is AgostoAllElite. See you next week. Agosto is sweet. See ya next week.